Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get a daily and consistent dose of hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and a little bit of lifestyle. In today's video, here is a quick update on Teresa Giudice's boyfriend, Louis. As you know, we've reported a couple of videos, and I'll put a link in the description about those videos discussing Teresa's new boyfriend, Louis. We had no idea that we would get a glimpse of Louis on the latest season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey because we believed that they had stopped recording for this new season. Well, it looks like the cat's out of the bag. Louis will be on the latest season, and all of his dirty laundry is coming across everyone's table. As I reported in the last video, I've received several DMs and pictures and receipts on Louis. I didn't release the information because it just didn't feel right, partially because he wasn't going to be on the show yet, according to our reports, and also because some of the information, it was hard to confirm, including some of the legal action that was taken against Louis. We reported on the case that was happening in New Jersey, which we heard had moved to New York, but was settled out of court between him and a woman named Vanessa Reiser, a therapist who alleged that they started a business together and then he subsequently pushed her out of the business. Well, now more allegations are coming out against Louis in regards to his sexual appetite. Let's get into it because there's so many parts to this story, and then I'll let you know what I received and why I decided not to report on it until now. So according to Page Six is covering this story with multiple resources and links. So I'll post the Page Six story in the description of this video. So this is what Page Six is now reporting. So they're saying Louis, who's 46, allegedly got upset with one of his past girlfriends if they didn't have sex with him as much as 4 times a day. He was also sued by another who claimed that the horny hunk would, quote unquote, punish her if she refused his constant sexual demands. And if you recall the video that I did where Vanessa Reiser, the social worker, therapist, said this in the court case. He demanded that I be available for sex whenever he wanted, she claimed in court papers. If I objected to his demands, Louis would punish me. He would be nasty, withdraw from me, and blame me for what happened. As I said to you before, that court case was allegedly settled out of court. I did my due diligence in regards to trying to see if that court case was still active here in New York. I didn't find anything. However, look, doesn't mean it's not there. We are hearing that it was settled out of court. I've heard conflicting reports on that based on my DMs. But it didn't stop there. Another woman by the name of Paula Sanchez, sources are alleging that their relationship descended into constant fights over his endless need to make love. This is what the source is saying. 99% of their fights were because he was complaining that they weren't having enough sex. If they had sex like 4 times in one day, there was a complaint. Damn, Louis. If you're watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey this season and seeing how Teresa is talking a lot about sex, it's kind of interesting if you correlate what's happening on the show and what these allegations are saying about Louis. So let me just give you a little bit of a timeline in regards to his relationship with Paula Sanchez, another ex. Louis and Paula started dating back in 2011 while he was formally separated from his now ex-wife, Marissa DiMartino. I wonder if I know her. Anyway, this is Jersey, y'all, so it's right across the water from me. So on the onset of their relationship, his relationship with Paula Sanchez, a source claims that Louis took his new girlfriend on trips to Las Vegas and started, quote unquote, love bombing the newly single mom who was going through a separation herself and was overly effusive behavior and lavish gifts. But their relationship abruptly ended, even though she knew that they were having issues with him wanting a lot of sex. She still allegedly, according to the source, felt that their relationship was strong. Well, until it wasn't. So, because according to her, she said that she was surprised when he suddenly left her without explanation in 2018. This is 2 years before Teresa has met him. And that's because he had been cheating on her, allegedly, with Vanessa Reiser, the social worker therapist woman. Okay. Are you keeping up? This is why I had to do a longer video talking about this. According to the source, when Paula Sanchez reached out to Louis to see what happened, he basically allegedly ghosted Paula Sanchez for this new woman. But he didn't completely ghost her. She heard back from his lawyer who said this: Do yourself a favor, stay away. Just stay away. Allegedly, is what the attorney told her. But this is how Paula and look, I know a lot of people can relate to this story. The way that she found out that he was cheating on her or with a new woman, Vanessa Reiser, was on social media. And this is what the source is saying. And look, when I say source, I already think I know who the source is because this source also was in my DMs. So this is what they're saying. Paula Sanchez and her daughter had nowhere to go, no money. He just walked out the door and never looked back. And as you may recall in the previous video that I did on Vanessa Reiser, the social worker therapist, she also made very similar allegations that he pushed her out of the business, allegedly, and disappeared from her life. And as I said to you before, this new relationship that he allegedly cheated on Paula Sanchez with, now he's with Vanessa Reiser, allegedly that was a stormy relationship for 2 years right before he met Teresa of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And if you've been following Teresa's relationship, I mean, she's spoken on Watch What Happens Live, calling Louis her soulmate, seeing herself getting married to him. They bought an investment property together. Look, we all want the best for Teresa, but look, Teresa, we can only do so much but hope for the best. But the story doesn't end there, y'all. So in my DMs, there was other allegations, and I didn't want to report on these allegations because I couldn't find the direct link to this alleged meetup group that Louis was the organizer of. Allegedly, I'll keep saying alleged. The name of the meetup group is called Allendale Sacred Sexuality Meetup, created in 2016 by an organizer named Louis R. and based in Allendale, New Jersey, obviously based on the name. So this is what sources are telling Page Six. Sources told Page Six that they believe Louis is behind this group for people who, quote unquote, love themselves and love their bodies and are entranced by the height of tantric massage. But it doesn't end there either, y'all. Allegedly, there's also a Tinder profile with Louis. But what I'll say this, there are tons of catfish Tinder profiles of people. Like there might be one out there of me. That's the height of success, I guess. Anyways, so there was also a Tinder profile with a very public picture of Louis in Teresa's kitchen. That's not the smoke I've been talking about. But let's go back to this Allendale Sacred Sexuality group. That's the part where Page Six is not reporting on some of the tea that I saw in regards to this group. This group wasn't just, heterosexuals that were embracing their sexuality. And no, this was a mix of mostly men that I saw in this group. Not saying that Louis is the creator of this group, not saying because, look, we can't confirm if Louis R. That seems very obvious. Why not use a different name if you're trying to be anonymous in this group? But there were allegedly some bisexual men, some gay men that were in this group that were saying quite a few different things about what they wanted. I saw screen caps that I won't be posting here because, like I said, part of the reason why I didn't report on this was because it was, first of all, hard to confirm. And I like to cite my sources. And anyone can sort of be like, oh, someone could easily create something with my name as the group to set me up. And that's why I didn't really report on the story, because there was a very lover scorned energy under the DMs that I was receiving in regards to this. And look, Oprah has said it, and I'll say it here as well. You're not going to use me to tell your story in a way that is to bash someone else. No. I will report on the story if I feel it's worth reporting on, but you're not going to use my platform. You're not going to use me as a person to get back at someone else. I'm not going to be your pawn. And that's why I'm giving both sides of the story. I'm giving what we're hearing and what Louis and his sources have said about this particular story. And I'm also letting you know what I've seen on social media. And not everything you see on social media is truth or fact. I digress. Let me get back into the story. So as I said to you before, the Tinder account, Louis' team or sources are saying that that's not him. But in regards to all the other allegations, but just backtracking just a little bit. Meanwhile, a source, according to Page Six, is saying that Teresa is going to get the business. He's really good at this. He knows how to make everyone fall in love with him. Then he'll punish her behind the scenes, and then she will look like the villain. However, he might have met his match in that regard. Look, the universe has a very funny way of connecting people. Teresa's been in this a while, and yes, she might be naive in a lot of ways, but I also don't think that she's completely as naive as she portrays to be. But we will continue. In regards to a source close to Louis and Teresa, they are quote unquote not looking at the past, and both sides, both Teresa, I reported before, Teresa's ex Joe Giudice and Louis' ex-wife, they've all met each other. The families have met each other. And this is what the source is adding in regards to what Teresa is feeling right now. Teresa has zero interest in any of these women or what they allege, and has never been happier. This is a case of scorned ex looking for 15 seconds. And according to page 6, both Teresa, Louis, and Sanchez did not return requests for comment. Look, I'm just going to break down what I feel really quickly because I don't like to make these videos too long. Exactly what Teresa's source is saying in this particular scenario of the tea that's been coming out, that's the energy that I was getting from the pictures and evidence that were being sent my way. Look, there are a lot of people sending me information. Look, I just got a story the other day that I might report on. I might do an interview, but we'll get to that at a later date. But look, it's hard to report on these stories when you feel that someone's out for revenge, especially when it's coming from one particular source and you're not sure what exactly is true. And do I believe that Louis is completely innocent? No. Do I believe we all have a past? Do I believe that there probably are exes that are waiting to drop tea on me, but which wouldn't be tea? Relationships go sour. No one's perfect in a relationship. Is there more smoke in regards to Louis and very consistent behavior? A little bit, based on what we're seeing and hearing. It seems that way, but I'm not sure. A lot of you have been in my comments saying that, you know what, Teresa deserves what she gets. I don't know if I believe that either, because, I'm more concerned about Teresa's daughters than I am concerned about Teresa, to be honest. Anyways, let's continue the conversations in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this particular story. Is it a woman scorn or women scorn? Or is there really some smoke? As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news or when we upload.